Oh, good, good, good.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
When will be the milestone at the last hour?
Yeah. Or partway through this arrow, I think. Why? Partway through this arrow hour, I think. Whenever we finish
The process that you were saying.
when I say I give them some time with optics and then after we finish optics, we'll try. So maybe partway through this hour.
You mean you will finish the optics in these hours and
Whenever I finish optics, yeah. Then we'll go to Okay?
就是
Yeah.
我觉得是那你们那个教 IC 的人，他应该是做一场，因为那个就是不是他靠背啊，他上课时间你们自由就在很难。
Okay. Okay, Okay, guys, let's come back. Hello. Please enter group meeting again. Please enter the next group meeting, and we'll work through the next example together. Or at least we'll start, and then hopefully you guys can spend some time working on it yourself. Okay. So I put up another group meeting. Please connect to the Google meeting. Thank you very much. Good day, Rebecca. Hello, Chloe. Okay. Okay. Earlier I had you download OLoop, and that's the one we're going to look at now. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Again, the optical ray tracing program is designed for our system of lenses. Oops, wrong window. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing as we did with the gravity one. We're going to split input, calculation, output. So right now, this is our current lens program, right, that we've done. We input the object, we input a lens. If the focal length is not equal to 0, we calculate the object, the O for the thin lens formula. We then calculate the image position. We calculate its height, calculate its position, output its position and height, update the position of the image to the object, input the next lens position and focal length, and continue along like this. So, as you can see in this program, we've got input. We have calculation. We have output. Okay, so we go input, calculation, output, calculation, input, calculation, output, calculation, input, calculation, output. So we're switching between input, output, and calculation the whole time. Okay? We would like to do, it works fine, no problem. But let's separate input, processing, and output again. So in this case, this section, we have to have the input in a single loop. The calculation will be in a single loop, and the output will be just at the end. We can use do while to do this. We did use do while, okay? So we need arrays if we want to do this and separate the input and output. So this would be the new UML code for that. We input the lens positions. We just input all the lenses at the beginning, and then exit when there's no more lenses. Then we start calculating, doing all the calculation that we have just done in another loop, and then finally we print everything out in another loop so that we can print out where all the intermediate image positions were. So This can be a do while, this can be a for, this can be a for. All right, so right now I'm going to let you start to work on this. We'll walk around and then a little bit we'll start to walk through with you. But first of all, we want you to be able to work on it yourself. Okay, so this goal is for the next 25 minutes, you'll be working on this problem, and the TAs and me will be trying to walk around and help you to do it. Okay, so you should be starting with the O_loop that you downloaded already, right? And you've already stored it, hopefully here, right? You have where is it in that SDBA? You all downloaded O_loop, O.C, this program we're starting with, right? If I, no, I don't want to open with Notepad. Yeah, so this guy that you already downloaded, this is what you'll be starting with, and then hopefully working through to get the everything done. Okay, so I'm going to shrink this down so it's sort of smaller so you can see what you are. Okay, so basically you're applying these formulas onto this program. Okay, so we're going to now have while loop, for loop, and not just one big while loop. It's going to be 3 smaller loops. Okay, let's let you continue to start on that. Okay, so now we're writing C code for that. So it's Okay. 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 Okay, let's think of, okay. Let's think, is it working? Okay, yes. No, no, yes. Good. Okay, let's think about how we'll be doing this now a little bit. Again, referring to our UML. Okay, so first thing, as you can see, let's look through the UML. We obviously need a new integer n lens, and I'm going to make it equal to -1. Okay, so that's going to be the first thing I need to do is long n lens equals -1. Okay, and I'm going to need arrays. I need an array to hold my x's and my h's of each of the lenses, and I need another array to hold my lens information. Okay, so let's create a couple of arrays. Double x I brackets, how big do m, and h brackets m. Let's just call it x rather than calling xi. We'll just call it x. Okay, where the objects are. And I'm going to need, since I'm using arrays, I need to use a define. M, say 100 let's say 10 lenses is probably plenty. Okay, so there's my lens information. So that means this is my, I'll just put a note here, this is my objects and images. I also need an array to hold all the lenses, right? Because I'm going to store all the lenses first, right? So I'm going to have an array for my lens positions and their focal length. Okay, double XL for my lens position and the focal length of each of the lenses. So that is my first step, is to basically just set up these guys. And so now I no longer need these guys. I'll probably keep F and H are no longer there. XO, XL, XI no longer there. Okay, but I'm going to still need my OI. Okay, please continue on working on that. So that basically allows you to get started by choosing your variables and getting your array set up. Now work on trying to get the input part done. Okay? I'll pause talking now. So these things we now need to start to change, right? This is now an array, so it has to have, it's a subscript we want to get in. There's our initial object, right? We're going to get the initial object position. Oh, X, I change it to X. So this is like the initial object position. I am now first getting that one. These guys are all going to be arrays, right? So it's going to be basically, we're going to have a do while loop, right? A do. And then it's going to be a while, okay? While, we've already got the while here, so let's get rid of this. This is going to be the end now. Okay, and it's going to have to be getting this thing. And it's basically we have to it's going to be like n lens plus plus, right? So n lens 0. So this is going to lens position and lens, which lens we're doing, and the focal length of that lens. And when that focal length is, and we're going to do that as long as the focal length lens is, n lens, n lens is greater than epsilon. Okay, and that will complete the input phase, right? Because when it drops down, once the absolute value drops down less than epsilon, fails, okay? Then we will need to start to write the code for the calculation code. Has to come next. Calculation code. Calculation phase. Okay, so I've gotten you the input phase now. So there's our input phase. Calculation phase will then have to start. Okay, you may continue to write on this. Okay. Okay, so base, okay, great. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, we will now, you can now break for 10 minutes. We'll probably continue with this problem next week. And after that break, we'll start with milestone test. Okay, we'll do milestone test after. And we'll have people with different roles depending on the milestone. Okay. Okay. What color code are you using for milestone? What color is which milestone? 5 is pink, okay. 4, okay. 4 is blue, okay. 6 is purple, okay. So 6, 5, 4. Okay, 6, 5. Do we have anybody doing 3? Is anybody doing milestone 3? Anybody doing milestone 3? Okay. 2 people, okay. Alright, okay, fair enough, okay. Okay. 6.
You mean for milestone 3?
3, yeah.
I only know 1 and I don't know the other one.
I think there's 2 people.
Who is the other one?
I think we got 2 people. You think 3? Okay. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna on milestones, so the cover we'll set up with desk, we're gonna have you using that milestone. So we're not having people do the same milestone, so you set it.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
So that's why I'm doing the papers this way. Okay, sorry, here you go. I can't let you guys work while we do the papers. Okay. But since your milestone is 6 and 2, okay, why don't you don't have to go. It will make sense. There you go. Okay. 3 here. Okay. 6, 5. This is 6, 5, 4, right?
6,
Which is your color? I think Sabrina said purple is 6, right?
6, 5. 4. Oh, okay. Okay, 6, 5. Okay.
Purple is 6.
Purple is 6 and pink is for 5. And blue is for 4.
Okay, there's blue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Okay. But how much blue and how much like milestone 4, 5, 6 we need to like put up?
Well, first we'll throw them out. I don't know.
Oh, and just let everyone to find.
Yeah, we just sort of and then at these 3 ones, and then hopefully we'll okay. So purple is 6. Okay. Okay, we'll put in the colored papers down. For the milestone you're doing, if you're doing milestone 6, you'll need to sit at a desk with a purple paper. If you're doing milestone 5, you'll need a pink paper. If you're doing milestone 4, it's a blue paper. If you're doing milestone 3, it's a white paper. If you're doing milestone 2, it's a black paper. But we're still working on that yet.